Ralph, come in, Ralph. This is Snake. I broke into Zenescope HQ. I'm finding. I have the president. President Russia. President Russia, are you here? Are you here? Quickly. Mr. President.
Sorry, I didn't get the eye patch memo, guys. Sorry, what happened? Why do we all?
President. We have the president.
Why do we have all eye patch?
I'm Snake. Look at my costume. I'm the only one in full costume.
I'm the president.
You're the president. You're Ralph. You're Hawk. You're.
Ralph has no idea what's going on. Hey, what's that picture in the background there, Ralph?
I don't know what happened. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. We're live. I don't know if you knew that.
We're totally live.
Oh, shit.
That was an interesting intro.
We do it big. So
listen. We'll work on that for next month. But I enjoyed the commitment, Chris.
Look, he's got on the pants.
I got the pants.
He's got
I got the armor.
I've committed to the eye patch.
The boots. I got the belt.
The gun? That looks like the actual gun from the movie.
It's. I mean, he fired. He has like a Magnum and a Mac-10, so not screen accurate, but this is all I had. It's a Nerf gun. So.
Well, listen. Without further ado, next time you guys should rehearse at the Zenescope office.
Oh no!
Please don't shoot us, Joe. Let's bring in our esteemed guests.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Thanks. We're having people jumping on right now. People are jumping in. Thank God a lot of you missed that opening.
No, it was perfect. It was beautiful.
So luckily you might have missed the opening. All right, let's bring in our esteemed guests. Our first guest is the wonderful, the amazing, the beautiful Marilyn Ghigliotti.
Thank you.
Hello. I can only see part of you because one of my eyes.
Nobody sent a memo over this way.
It's really hard to wear an eye patch, let me tell you.
Marilyn,
it's not easy, guys.
This took hours to put this costume together. You can't just come out and do this without a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Well, let's also bring in the beautiful, the wonderful Krystle Starr.
Hey! Hi.
Miss Starr, welcome.
No eye patch for her either.
No eye patch for you. Guess you don't care. Let's see if Brian has an eye patch. Brian.
He had a couple of minutes to make one.
O'Halloran.
No.
He does not have.
Y'all went with eye patch. I went cabbie.
Oh my God! I should have got mine.
Cabbie was the good call. That's a good call.
That's awesome.
Damn it. Why didn't I think of this?
No one double crosses the Duke.
Ernest Borgnine in the flesh.
Yes.
Brian, do you have enough alcohol to throw a Molotov at all these raiders that are trying to break into the office right now?
No way. This stuff's valuable.
It looks delicious.
Plus, I don't think it's as volatile as what he was throwing out them at.
No, yeah.
My right eye is not as good as mine. I think my left eye is better than my right eye.
See?
I don't see anything here.
Now you fools are going to be giving yourselves like pink eye and shit by the end
I don't know
of
what's going
David
on.
says there's other characters other than Snake. We just realized that, David. But Brian's ahead of the curve.
Dave. Thank you.
Brian's ahead of the curve.
That's why Brian's the best. He plays cabbie.
You know what? I'm taking my cosplay off. Forget it.
I don't know how Kurt Russell did this whole movie in an eye patch.
Quick, get a long coat. Be the brain.
Yeah.
Joe, you should be the wrestler. What's his name?
Oh,
I had that yesterday.
his name is Ox. Well, the actor was Ox. I can't remember the last name.
I have no idea.
Or you could be you're president. Well, actually, you could be president.
My head looks a little like Donald Pleasance's.
President eye patch with your huge oversized
eye patch.
Awesome.
Ralph, you're going to want to put your eye patch back on in a little while. I'll tell you why soon.
That seems like a mean joke I didn't get. went over my head.
You'll get it soon enough, sir.
This thing is a threat.
I want to welcome everyone to our second Zenescope movie night. If you missed out on the first one, it was a lot of fun. We reviewed Creepshow, a classic 80s horror movie, and we're so happy to have our guest panel back. Sun Khamunaki, she'll be joining us later in the stream. But today, your homework was to watch Escape from New York, directed by the legendary John Carpenter, came out in 1981, and we're back. This is a little bit free form. We have a bunch of questions to guide the conversation, but it's gonna be a really fun dialogue. So, Ralph, if you would you like to read the synopsis of the film?
Oh, I could do that. I can read.
Is it on your roof? Where's the synopsis?
All right, are you guys ready? I feel like I'm in class again. 1997, a major war
Ralph,
between
you got to do it in the gritty 80s voice. Come on.
Oh my God. In 1997,
In
a
a
major
world.
war between the United States and the Soviet Union is concluding. An entire island of Manhattan, what the hell? And the entire island of Manhattan has been converted into a giant maximum security prison. I cannot speak. When Air Force One is hijacked and crashes into the island, the president is taken hostage by a group of inmates. Snake Plissken, a former special forces soldier turned criminal, is recruited to retrieve the president in exchange for his own freedom. That's it.
Freedom.
Excellent.
You didn't land that audition. Sorry.
I didn't rehearse. You know what, Marilyn? You're reading it next time.
Wow.
I agree, though. I did not get the voiceover job.
So you guys know that this movie was actually almost never made?
No.
Oh, do tell, Krystle.
Yeah.
Explain more.
So originally it got pitched and it was way too dark and violent for the time, and no one would pick it up until John Carpenter he needed something to pitch to the executives, and he was, he decided to repitch this, and they took it. But originally,
it was
script. They cut out a lot of the gore, but it was meant to be a lot worse. Like the rape scene that we saw were just glimpses of what they had really wanted to put in this film.
Yeah, and then
it was pretty subdued as far as like the violence, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the book novelization fleshed out a lot more. The bank robbery scene where, the bank robbery where Kurt Russell gets arrested, that was supposed to be a scene, and that got cut out. The book's supposed to cover the events of World War III, the backdrop, how Snake lost his eye. There was a lot of that got cut out. And it was only after Carpenter saw massive success with Halloween that studio execs were more open to the idea of a much darker, cynical film. So, yeah.
See, I wanted to learn how and what was the bet that Snake Plissken lost for that absolutely horrendous tattoo.
It looks like a question mark.
Yeah. Like the Riddler.
Can you put up the picture of?
Yeah, I think I have it.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
I got this text late at night, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep this in mind.
I will say though that makes a lot of sense, because the one thing that I was missing out of the whole thing is like, where's the in-depth backstory of Snake? It wasn't there. It's like they kept hinting back and forth of all these little things, but it's like, okay, but why?
Did you did not like that, or you did?
No, I needed more backstory.
Yeah, I kind of liked that there was so much. I think that's one of the cool things about that movie is there's all these in jokes that we don't know about, and there's this history there that I thought they set up really well. But you want to know what it is. I don't know. It made the characters more real to me. I kind of liked it.
I do kind of agree with Marilyn. Like,
excuse me, what did you say?
But I do agree. Like at least like 7 or 8 times, everyone kept saying, "Oh, Snake, I know you. Snake, I thought you were dead."
Right. What?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of. I kind of see both sides of this. Wait, there's Snake. There's Joe has this.
There's like no detail.
Tattoo, but I have it on my back as like
it's like a bad manscaping accident.
Yeah. So two things. The reason why he has such a crazy reputation is because he fought in World War III, which was fought between us, China, and I think Russia, some other countries. And then the entirety of the United States has been bombed by a nerve gas, and the nerve gas started infecting Snake's eye, so that's why he wears an eye patch. And
also
yeah.
affected, I think it also affected this guy.
He was one of my favorite characters.
When he came on,
Which
the
at
one thing
first
that
I thought he was Stephen Jeffries at first.
Oh, I thought it was
I
Sonic the
was
Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well,
It
to be
is
honest with you,
played by Sonic.
I think they
Sponsored
used
by
the
Sega.
same hairstylist for the Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan mode.
Yes. So that character, that was Tom Atkins playing as Remy. He was one of the first crazies we see in the Manhattan.
No, that's not Tom Atkins.
Not?
That actor? No, that actor is not Tom Atkins.
From Creepshow, right?
Tom Atkins was one of the people back at the home base. Who
Yeah,
was
Oh,
the
okay.
father in Creepshow.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Connected.
Yeah, this
Chris.
guy's like Dooley or something like that.
Chris.
What are you doing, Chris? If you're gonna
Alright,
research
alright.
it,
That was going to be one of my things I was going to bring up. Who was the
Wrong.
other person in both Creepshow and Escape from New York?
I ruined movie night, everyone.
Obviously,
I'm so
Brian
sorry.
would have known it. I know, Ralph.
is it Frank Doubleday? Was
That's
that
it, Frank
Frank
Doubleday.
Doubleday,
That's it.
yeah.
David.
Yay,
my bad.
David!
Let's start though
Yeah.
with the very
David also said this is true story. Real quick, he was arrested for robbing a bank, which they shot, but they edited from the movie. Go ahead, Brian. What were you gonna say?
Now, it's just let's start from when the text comes up in the very beginning of the movie to set the stage as to where we're at. So they said that shit went to hell like in 80, like this movie's 81. And then they say 88, shit went to hell.
Yeah.
And then they flash forward to that they turned the island of Manhattan in 1997 into a prison. And I'm thinking, all right, I remember I was 11 in 81. I think I saw this movie when I was like 12 or 13, soon thereafter. And I'm thinking, why would they turn Manhattan Island now, living in today's 2020? I'm like, I totally can see it. Yeah.
This movie
Shut
is like
that shit
surprisingly
down.
relevant.
Yeah, now it's realistic again. Came back around.
Well,
Yeah.
I was thinking it's like, oh my God, the amount of people that fit into Manhattan alone. So it's like, is that how many people that there are being arrested that they turn the whole city or the whole Manhattan into a jail?
Well, it felt like there was only a few people there.
Yeah.
This is the weird thing about that.
But
It
I mean,
felt-
I went looking for the population, and it's like over 7 million.
Well, that's today. In 80,
Well,
in
in
81.
1990, it was over just 7.3 million.
But remember, when shit's going downhill, like
What
in
the hell?
COVID, so many people left
We're getting
literally Manhattan and New York City just because of how crazy trying to find toilet paper was. And you didn't need to be in an office anymore, so people were working home. So that was a real thing just now today. So imagine if crime got so bad that people
Right.
left the cities, and especially if he's saying that nerve gas hit,
Yeah.
Also, in the fiction of the movie in '97, the Cold War was still raging. So there's another thing you want to throw in there for
Still
this
is.
wonderful movie. This wonderful the
Still
backdrop.
going on today.
So yeah, I want to start off. We touched about it a little bit, but like the plot is I think it's fairly simple, it's fairly straightforward. But I think where the movie really shines is how it's executed. What did everyone think about the story overall? I love this sci-fi dystopian stuff. So this is just cherry on the cake for me. How about you, Joe?
the story's pretty simple. I again, it's not another one. Like Brian, I probably saw when I was about 12 or 13. And I thought Snake Plissken was awesome. It was John Carpenter is one of my favorite directors. And it's I just think the characters are just awesome. And I like the Snake. One of my favorite scenes is him ripping up the tape at the end and just like kind of. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care about it.
Spoiler alert.
Thanks, Joe.
You're supposed to watch the movie. You didn't watch it?
We're not up to the end yet. We're still in the
Oh,
beginning
Yeah,
of the
we're
movie.
not, you fast forward all through the whole
Like,
thing.
first of all, how woman empowering is this that it was a female hijacker that took down Air Force One?
Yeah.
I
Boom.
like that. I noticed that. I actually have that in my notes. I thought that was really, really cool. The opening of the movie, I actually had to rewind it a hot second because I was making tea, and I walked in when they had the 2 towers for New York, and I was like, wait, what year is this? And I just thought that was kind of cool. And it was 1997, we did still have the towers in 1997.
Imagine if it was like 2002, just like in the movie. Like if they were just fast forwarded like after 9/11, that would have been a little eerie.
Yeah.
Weird.
But
it wasn't 2002. It was
right. It was 4 years after. I did the math.
Sorry.
Thank you. It took me a while.
I really did like that, and I noticed that right away. I thought that was really cool that it was a woman. I love the pod that he gets into, like very Austin Powers-esque. Like,
how did that thing exactly land? It didn't have a parachute. It just kind of.
No, there was.
Was there a parachute on the pod?
when Snake Plissken goes back to check the pod himself, that's when I caught it, and he sits in that chair. You see the red parachute draped over the building.
Because
I thought the same thing. Like, how did he even survive the impact? And then when I see, there's the parachute.
Yeah,
the other thing that was. Go ahead.
I thought because they were watching that Tron effect of the plane crash and
high technology, honey.
Yeah, I know, right? But it looked like I was waiting for the pod to kind of see that it was falling out, and I never saw it fall out. So I thought that it just crashed into the building, and then the pod then just kind of kept itself together and went down to the ground. So
I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny that when they send the rescue mission of the 2 helicopters full of SWAT team, whatever rescue team out there, and they get there, and then Dooley comes up and shows the cut off ring finger of the president. I was like, damn, these bitches on playing. They were just like, you're the president. Instead of just taking the ring off to show we got the ring of the president, they were like, we got that and the ring finger too. And I was like, yo, bro, they ain't playing. The Duke means business.
Well, and that's why I think they did that, because they were giving him the option. It's like, if you don't leave now, we're going to kill the president, and you've got this much time. And just to show how serious we are about this, here's his finger.
But quickly, like literally within minutes, they were like, snip, here you go.
It's a baller move.
Was a baller move. You ain't fucking in lower New York, bro. That's the Wall Street district.
Have any of you guys read the book?
Oh, no.
There's a book?
Me neither.
I didn't
I'm so curious because I want to know how much more gruesome it gets. And
Chris
a
probably.
lot of extra content. Like, I haven't read it, but like, it's clip notes, spark notes. But like, after we're doing research for this, I really want to read it because there's so much more world building in the book, and I'm like, that's awesome.
It's a book after the movie, right? It was a novelization.
Yeah, it was published after the movie. Yeah, so it fleshes out the world. They included like some stuff that was cut out of the original film, like the bank robbery scene. Right. So very, very, very exciting. And obviously there's so much more content out there, like comic books. I think there's a video game that came out. So yeah, huge legacy. But any other comments about the story or the narrative?
It was an easy one to follow. It wasn't boring in any way. It just flowed along nicely and enough.
Plus, I believe the fact that we started this movie club with a almost 2-hour movie to begin with, this felt like a relief.
Yeah.
Like, it's just 100 minutes.
Go to bed.
I was like, I was looking for more movie. I'm like, it's all over. But there's another hour to go, like Creep Show.
Creep Show was 7 hours. This was a lot shorter than I remember it.
Yeah.
And talking about Creep Show, we had multiple characters, not just a few.
Right.
From both the main.
There was more than 2?
Huh?
There was more than 2?
I think there were just 2.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
What was her name?
Adrienne Barbeau.
Adrienne Barbeau.
The terrorist at the beginning. You also had the chocolate nuts lady who got she got pulled into the polo board.
That was Kurt Russell's wife at the time.
Yeah, and then during filming, he had his first son born like on during filming. So he was feeding the baby while filming in costume, which is really cool. This is really cool.
By the way, I saw the same kind of mad rush coming out of the sewers when toilet paper wasn't available downtown. People were coming out from all over like, toilet paper.
They still are.
I know, it's second wave.
Second wave of toilet paper.
The funny thing is, though, it's like Snake asks, why is it this rush coming out of the sewers and stuff like that? And she says that it's because they've run out of food. And I was like, where are they getting food?
No. She said end of the month. And I was like, was it Social Security feud? Are they still getting checks in Prison Island in Manhattan when they were like, it's the end of the month? Like, what's the beginning of the month?
They dropped the food in.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my thinking is like they're looking for people to eat.
Yeah,
like they turn
carnivore. Green.
Yeah.
How be doing that?
Yeah.
Baby, you gotta stretch that human leg out, baby, because it's the end of the month. You got 4 more days to go, baby.
How much does a human leg last? How long does a human leg last?
Leave the big toe for last. Leave that big toe for last.
A human leg. Did you ever read that Stephen King story, Survivor Type?
Yes, it's disturbing.
He lasted a couple months on a leg.
On a leg?
Well, on his body.
He ate him his whole body. That's a great story.
Body,
It's freaky as shit. They should make that.
Would you remake this?
Oh, sorry.
Would you remake this?
Escape? I would love to see this remade, to be honest.
I think so too. I think it would be really cool to be remade.
I think it's just bad enough.
All right. So now the huge question.
Who are you going to get to play Snake Plissken?
His son.
Yeah, exactly.
What's he in?
He's in Black Mirror season 3. He's in Overlord, which is awesome. I highly recommend that movie.
I don't know.
He's good.
He's good. He looks a lot like his dad.
I don't know.
He was in, what's it called? I forget it. Oh, 22 Jump Street.
All right. Who are you getting as the brain?
Who are you getting as the Duke? That's a.
Can I tell you? Okay, when they did the whole thing that Duke was coming down the street with the chandeliers on the car, I expected Snoop Dogg to come out of there, but I know it's like this great Snoop Dogg.
Personally, I think this movie influenced Exhibit on how to pimp out someone's ride. He's like, "Ooh, that thing's sweet."
Yes.
I want to make a show about pimping out rides.
Fantasy from New York inspired that show. What's it called?
Who would you have as
Pimp My Ride?
Who would you have as who?
Ox, the wrestler?
Oh, man.
Any wrestler.
Big Show.
Big Show. Big Show's a good call.
I would like Jack Black.
So we're doing it as a comedy.
He did a wrestling show already.
Apparently they're making Scream as a comedy.
He did. Was it Nacho Libre?
Nacho Libre, yeah.
Well,
who would play Cabby?
Oh, God. I would. Geez.
Older actor who had a really good career.
Kevin J. I can't see anyone else besides Ernest being
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd. Okay.
Snake, get in the car.
If it goes 88 miles an hour.
What's that watch on your hand? What time is the watch on your hand?
Joe, are you gonna play the president of the United States? No. No.
That was
I'm
the
gonna
one
play one
role.
of those people coming out of the subway eating other people.
Yes.
Out
With
of the
hair.
whole film, he was the one role I love Donald Pleasence, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just didn't buy him as the president of the United States.
Me
Here's
either.
that's a good call. Jonathan says Kurt Russell plays the cabbie in the remake. So
Genius. Have a little callback.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
You know, Kirk Russell's actually the one who wanted the eye patch. That was not originally in the script either. He just came up and he was like, "Hey, I want to rock this eye patch." So.
Yeah, but does he own up to the bad tattoo?
I actually don't know the history of the bad tattoo.
I know the personal history of this tattoo. So when John Carpenter was writing the movie, he was talking to one of his friends, and apparently his friend had in high school, there was a guy who was like 6 feet tall, muscular, beefy. His real name was Pliskin, but everyone called him Snake. And this guy apparently also had the snake tattoo on his chest. And John Carpenter's like, anyone with a snake tattoo on their body has to be cool. So he basically ripped that and made that into the hero of Escape from New York. So Snake is a real guy.
I'd buy the tattoo on the chest, but that snake ain't nowhere near the chest. I ain't a biology major, but I think the chest.
Can we see the picture again?
Oh,
somebody wants you to play Cabby.
I'll totally pay Cabby in a heartbeat.
Right. All right, Brian casted Cabby. Marilyn, you could play Adrienne Barbeau's role.
I think I'm a little too old for that.
Don't say that, damn it.
But I do appreciate that, though.
I guess I'll have to play Snake.
No, Ralph, you play the crazy guy with the hair.
Yeah,
I can do that. Yeah. But wait, real quick. No?
Yes, leave it on. Leave it on.
It's the wrong eye.
I'll play the girl down the plane.
Yeah, but I'm covering the bad eye. I have a bad eye.
That's right.
Who do you want to play? Bob Hawk or Hawk was so awesome.
That's a tough one. Lee Van Cleef.
No, he just not that he per se, it's just the name kind of was like I went to Bob Hawk, the guy who found Clerks.
You got to find someone who is tough, but people don't mind thinking they're a dick.
Larry David. He looked a little like him.
He did look like him, but I can't think like Snake. You got to go into Manhattan. I know it'll be rush hour, but don't worry, we'll get you a little plane. It'll be first class, just yourself. Don't worry about it.
I do like a comedy remake of Escape from New York.
But now, did I not see though that there was a TV series of it or something?
So there was two different projects. So back in 2016, they said we don't want to remake it. We want to do a prequel. They wanted to cast Chris Hemsworth as a young Snake, and they wanted Summer Glau in it as well. But that project died. And as of last year, Leigh Whannell has been tapped to write a remake of the movie. Now, I haven't heard any other news since then. That was like February 2019. But apparently there's a new remake trying to be in the works. But I don't think there's a TV show at the moment. But they're trying to make a new movie out of it.
Well, maybe this podcast and show will push it over the edge for them to greenlight it. I want to be Cabby, who's ever in charge of that.
Yes, Brian is Cabby. We'll start a
great
petition.
View Askew kind of mashup.
Yes.
Get Randall as one of the zombies.
I'm in for that.
Jay Muse could play the Super Saiyan dude.
Yes. He just glares at you, Snoochie Boochies.
I'm all about the Clerks Escape from New York remake. I think it would be brilliant.
That would be amazing.
Directed by Kevin. Kevin direct it?
Snake Plissken? Didn't you used to come in and buy cigarettes at the store?
That would be hilarious.
What would the budget for that movie be?
The budget.
$37 million.
Brian gets $30 million a film, so they're already building that.
Yeah.
You
got the wrong Brian Holler out there. I don't know who that Brian.
You're right. That's right. I'm sorry.
If there's check from some bank for $37 million for me, I am totally talking to a lawyer.
Well, factor inflation. This movie cost like $17 million to make. So it might be 17.
7.
Oh,
No.
7? Oh, okay. I had extra one. There you go.
Well, what? Okay.
Yeah, it was actually John Carpenter's largest budget, I think, up until that point. And I think they actually did a lot of the filming in
St. Louis,
Missouri. Okay, yeah. So like a whole block or two had burned down, and that's where New York was. And I would love to know how much they spent on the miniatures, like of the city. I love when movies use miniatures like that. So I was geeking out a little bit over that.
By the way, do you know who the director of the special effects unit was to film all that?
I don't.
Some of the miniatures.
Some hack by the name of Jim Cameron.
Oh,
Before he had money.
Yeah.
When you get money, you go to James Cameron.
James.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Just like if you see Larry Fishburne in Apocalypse Now became Lawrence Fishburne.
That's true.
Money.
Joe, when are you becoming Joseph Bruscia?
See?
Right now, I think.
Right now.
But when I was watching the credits, and that's the other thing, the end credits are the simplest, like video toaster style editing suite ever. And I was like, Jim Cameron, like that can't be James Cameron. And I went on and saw, I'm like, oh shit, James Cameron did the special effects shooting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was really good.
Yeah, he was.
There you go. That's why I liked it.
So, like, James also did like so with all the shots with the glider, he digitally painted all the matte backings so that they could film the glider shots. So James Cameron, so talented.
Although I do want my money back for the glider being pushed off the Twin Towers because that was cheesy.
Yeah, there were some cheesy moments. It's always hard to watch technology, what they see as the future back then.
Right.
It never looks
Unless it's Star Wars.
Unless it's Star Wars. I'm sorry, Jim. Yes, of course.
Ralph likes to rip Star Wars.
But it is weird watching these movies that, you would quote endlessly when you were 11, 12, 13, 14, when if someone ever went, Snake Plissken, someone would always reply, I thought you were dead. There were always these things. And then when you watch them again, like, oh, this is cute.
Right.
Like the one film that really pushed me in that direction, like, oh my God, how did I ever like this? Was the original Clash of the Titans.
Oh, great movie. We should do that.
This was special effects.
It's
Are you
bad,
sure?
but it's great when you're.
That was right. Yeah, that was high end special
I
effects
started
back then.
rewatching that this year. I watched the first 20 minutes and I same reaction. I was like,
right?
What the hell happened?
I used to scream all the time, release the Kraken.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm like,
I used to
release the hand puppet. It was just weird.
I remember as a kid going, this is as good as it gets. This is as good as it gets.
Exactly.
We're in the era of the best special effects ever. And then I watched it and I said, how did it get so bad?
Right. And Kyle has nailed it. He said it right. It's claymation and it's stop motion, and I get it and everything else. And it is what it is.
Well, if you want to talk about special effects, what was everyone's favorite or piece of like production trivia?
I think mine was what I said earlier. Like I actually watched the movie with Ralph, and I got really excited with the city. I think the miniature city. I was like, oh, that's cool.
The helicopter coming across, that was it was really cool. I thought that they did a great job with that.
The fact that they could afford 7 helicopters impressed me. I was like, wow, there's 7 of them there.
I like when they blow the guys off the raft in the beginning. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
To show they meant business.
I will say the sound effects of the guns and the bombings or all that. It was just like, I don't know, so echoey and just very different from anything that I kind of remember.
Interesting.
That's so good.
What about you, Ralph?
I was thinking while you guys were answering. I don't know if I have any. I'm not ready. God, favorite special effect?
Or production trivia. Like, there's a lot of cool tricks that they did. Oh,
I love.
That's why I've been having issues all day. I have pain in my
Take the
shoulder.
needle out of his eye. That's the problem. You got one in his eye.
You son of a bitch.
And we have some extra ones on the back. See, look.
You got one on my butt. You put a kid in my butt.
And Ralph, it's the acupuncture. See, you're getting acupuncture without getting the
wear a bad
acupuncture.
shirt. See how that one's on?
Oh, no.
You are not funny.
I am getting acupuncture right now.
Point on the doll where he touched you.
It's interesting. Yeah, that's where Joe touches me all the
Pick
time.
up your ass. We just got that one.
It's sad how long you probably spent on that doll.
See what happens when he's not at home with his wife cooking dinner? He gets all crazy.
He said we needed a voodoo doll.
All I know is that's a gorgeous doll.
I did enjoy the station wagon driving down Broadway and everybody throwing bricks at it.
Yeah.
Oh, that scene where they, that scene where they were lined up on the street. Like,
Yeah.
I was wondering, why is
It's-
he not plowing through?
But why is it timed so perfectly that they line up on each side of the street? They're just attacking the car.
Why is he driving 10 miles an hour?
See, you didn't realize that was the weekly dodgeball, although there wasn't ball, it was bricks. Dodgeball game, and the car was coming through, and they were like, car! And then they decided to throw their bricks at the car.
Yo, are we
Ralph
selling the Ralph Voodoo doll? That's a one of a kind. Right now, there's a tingle below my waistline.
Where is it?
Please stop touching me, you freak. I want to play with this doll some more. This
I
is
gotta stop up. I'll be right back.
This is devolved.
Joe, do you have a favorite?
You scared Brian off the fucking thing. Good job.
He's going to get something. That's it. I'm leaving too.
Good. Good
Guys,
rating.
Oh my gosh.
Joe, give me a beer while you're up.
Jamie Lee Curtis was actually in this movie.
Yeah, she was the voice of the narrator at the very beginning. I don't think she was credited though. Jamie Lee Curtis.
From Halloween.
No way.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah. And you're right. She was actually not credited.
yeah. Don't do that. Jamie Lee, she's a legend.
Don't ever wear an eye patch for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, my business is starting to go. My favorite piece of production trivia. So for the crashed Air Force One, they went to Tucson, Arizona, because there's an airplane graveyard. They bought a full airplane really cheap. They cut up into 3 pieces, and they didn't have the permits or the licenses, so they snuck it into St. Louis in like 3 o'clock in the morning and filmed it. So that was really funny.
What say that again?
So the crashed airplane, they bought a full airplane from a plane graveyard in Tucson, Arizona, and then they chopped it up and they ferreted it in, and they told no one because they didn't have any permission to like bring in pieces of an airplane. And that's how they filmed the crashed Air Force One scene.
And it was in where? St. Louis, right? Where
Yeah,
was
St. Louis. Yep.
Yeah. And they were actually given full access to the Statue of Liberty as well. I think that was like the only part that was actually filmed in New York.
Yeah, in the beginning as the base.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they were the first company to ever get permission to film at night. They had to get federal permission to do that, which is another feather in the cap for this movie. That's history making.
And I was just looking at the credits here. It's like John Carpenter actually played Secret Service #2, helicopter pilot, and violin player.
Violin player.
You know what
I didn't catch any of that.
I had issues with, first of all, so Brain, right? So him and Snake had previous engagement where Brain took off and Snake got caught and tortured, whatever. And then come to find out, like Cabby tells Snake about Adrienne Barbeau's character being given to the Brain from the Duke. And I was like, okay, so whatever. He gave her whatever. So that at the end, so there's the big chase scene. They're going to get to the 69th Street Bridge to get to the wall to bring the president, finally get him out. And as they're going down the bridge, which has a minefield in it, spoiler alert, and Brain has the only map, which not accurate. Yeah, to say the least.
You need to question his name, his nickname.
Yeah. His name is Brain.
Yeah.
His name is not accurate. His name is Brain.
Right.
Sometimes brain can be damaged. And so certain people lose it. And then like Adrienne Barbeau's character gets upset when Brain doesn't make it. And then she just stands there to try to kill Duke.
Right.
And that's where I was just like, yo, honey, you gotta go. What are you doing? And I forgot about that part, to be honest with you. I couldn't remember if Adrienne Barbeau's character makes it or not.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm just like, what is she doing? Okay, she's got a gun. All right, cool. And she's got a gun with a scope on it. Perfect. 2 shots, she's out. Her and Snake make little snake eggs. I don't know. Anyway,
Snake eggs.
and so when she doesn't make it out, I'm not going to spoil that part of it, but when she doesn't make it out, I was just like, that was bad writing right there. That makes no sense at all.
Well,
No, well, and she started shooting when the car was just so far away. It's like
Way far away.
She didn't even take cover behind a car. Come on.
she
No.
wanted to die because her lover died.
Yeah.
But
Brain
she
was
was
gone.
she was given to Brain. She didn't pick
She
Brain.
fell in love with him.
Ugh.
That's
Agency. She could have got out.
well, it would be good to know how long were they
She
together.
had Stockholm syndrome.
true.
She had
Yeah,
Stockholm syndrome, perhaps.
But that
Well,
was one part I was like, that makes no sense.
Snake didn't even try and talk her out of it. He's just like,
Yeah, he was just like,
here's the gun.
That wasn't his mission.
Not come on with me. He's like, Snake doesn't give a shit about anything.
Nor was
No.
it give me my gun either.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't have gave her the gun.
No, I would have given her the gun,
Just a
but
little
he
break
gave it to her
apart.
earlier. But I was just like, run, honey, run.
yeah, the only thing you could say is she wanted to die. She fell in love with this guy, with Brain, for some reason, and sacrificed herself.
Because he lived in the New York Public Library building,
That's
which was
true.
awesome.
It's a nice building. It was a nice location.
Two giant lions out front.
And speaking about Maggie's death, with how Hollywood is such a small world, during an early cut or screening, a very, very young J.J. Abrams commented to Carpenter, like, hey, we don't actually see Maggie being killed on screen because they forgot to film it. So they basically filmed that quick shot of her on the ground in her own garage. She basically moved the car around. She climbed underneath the car, put a bunch of fake blood, and that was the shot, because this was like way after filming wrapped. And we had J.J. Abrams to solve that kind of. His father worked in the same studio as that produced the Escape from New York, so I guess he got early screening. So thank you,
See,
J.J.
now-
Abrams.
Now I want to go through all the J.J. Abrams movies to see if he does a throwback homage death scene of any of his characters in someone's garage.
That would be cool if he did. Joe, can I have a sip of beer, please? My voodoo.
Don't get drunk. Don't get drunk. Yeah, I'll take
Delicious.
I'll take the nail out of your penis in your butt.
Thank you.
That's me.
It hurt.
I'll put it in dumb idea on the back. You're good for those.
Okay. Thank you.
So I've got a question for everybody. What, and especially in chat, so chat, please answer. What makes this a cult classic?
That's a good question.
Are we waiting for chat, or we're going to try and answer?
No, I want y'all's answers first.
So I think it's just because it's a very distinct vision. Like Carpenter, you don't see John Carpenter's name on a movie if he doesn't have a certain style, certain flair, certain aesthetic. And I think this movie doesn't pretend to be any greater than it is. It's a straightforward, like, sci-fi dystopian action schlocky film. From script to movie, like you're getting exactly what you want. It's like you have an awesome outlaw, you have gunfights, you have outlandish campy characters, you have this thought experiment of well, we now live in a weird post-apocalyptic society right now, but when you first see this movie, it's like, oh, that's cool, that's a cool fantasy. And I think it's just like the characters are so awesome, larger than life, not just Kurt Russell, but like the Duke and Cabby, the entire cast, like, just has it creates this great melting pot of personality, and it's just a simple story that you can enjoy.
Thank you. We're out of time. I'm just kidding.
I like the professor's answer, but as someone who lived in the Bronx in New York City from 69 to 79, this was not far off from real life. Remember, the movie The Warriors came out not far in between this time period as well.
Yeah.
The economy of New York City was almost destitute. They literally almost went bankrupt in the 70s. And something like this of how to make money for the city to turn it into a prison was not far off the everyday average New Yorker's mindset. That being said, and it was known nationally that New York was this kind of weird cesspool-y kind of thing going on. The blackout of 77, which started for which went for 3 days, where looting went on and stuff like that. You know, you had Billy Martin fighting with Reggie Jackson. You got the Son of Sam killings going on. So this kind of feel, because remember, the idea for Escape New York happened in the 70s. It just so happened to be released in 81. That type of feeling is not far off as to where is this world going. So I think fans could believe this actually being a future without tongue-in-cheek kind of feel to it. We're like, shit, dude, if we don't get our shit together, we might be a floating prison by the end of this. I mean, that was me. I'm just saying.
It is funny, though. There is another fact that this movie was required viewing for anybody who worked on Grindhouse, the Tarantino movie.
Oh,
he made everybody rewatch it. So
I love Grindhouse. That was great.
I only saw it once, so I gotta rewatch that.
Marilyn, how about you?
I don't know. I mean, because it's like
You don't think it's a whole classic?
no,
I'm not a big fan. I don't get this.
But it's like you don't know what's going to make a cult classic, because who the hell would have thought Clerks would have been that? You know, so
it's true. You never know.
Hard. It's hard to know.
I think it's mostly the Snake Plissken character. Brian can make fun of that tattoo all he wants, but if you have a tattoo like that and an eye patch, and he's just a really. There's not so many characters like him in cinema that I can think of.
You really seem to have a tear come in your eye. They joke out very caught up.
Chris up like Snake.
Chris, hug Joe. It's okay. Hug Joe and hug my doll. Please hug me. Please hug me. Thank you.
So
I'll pet you.
They did make an Escape from LA to follow this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that movie.
Yeah, don't watch Escape from LA.
Let's make that never on this. Because it is. Carpenter directed that too, right?
Yeah, directed it too. I think Kurt Russell co-produced it as well. I don't know if he co-directed it, but Escape from LA is not. Yeah.
No.
It's terrible. There's nothing good to say.
You're okay if you don't see it.
No, you should watch it once at least.
I do.
It's funny. It's if you want to land.
Yes.
One of the things that I really wanted to know as well, it's like, all right, because you know that it seems that a lot of people have this history with Snake, but what made Snake Snake? Like what?
So
you want to know all the backstory. You want all those mysteries to be revealed. I don't like that.
It doesn't have to be all of it, but it's just like it was basically a hole, though. It was to some degree a hole in the story.
Yeah, Ralph and I were watching it together, and every time they said that, we were like, yeah, who is this guy? And part of me wanted to know, but so I get where you're coming from for like 100%, but I also see the like Brian's Joe's point where it's just like that's kind of the mystery, and they reiterate it like I think they knock it in your head at least 3 times, maybe 5.
Yeah, I think more than that. Yeah.
So I think that's kind of cool too.
It's just I just wanted a smidgen more, because
watch Escape from LA. They tell you everything you need to know.
That's true.
That's the problem. It's just backstory. That's all.
It's just backstory. It's just a guy talking.
The other sad death was Cabby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really? Ernest Borgnine and Oscar Winner you're bringing out with just because the car hit a landmine? Come on, son.
I love the way the car hit the landmine, split it perfectly in half. Cabby was the only guy to blade it. Nobody else got hit. Everybody else got out completely unharmed.
I always like the trick where they hit a landmine and die, but their body's intact. And like there's nothing was blown off.
Yeah. That's why I watched Saving Private Ryan to get back to reality.
That's a nice cheer me up film.
I mean, going back to Brian's point, I mean, the movie is and Snake Plissken, he's a cynical character. It's a cynical ending. Like, all of his friends die. No one else makes it out, and which is really sad, especially Cabby.
He doesn't really have any friends.
Plus, everybody knows they would never turn Manhattan into a prison. They'd turn Staten Island into a prison. And I've lived on Staten Island, so I can say that. There's already garbage dumps on there. That's the perfect place for a prison.
Poor Staten Islanders, man. They get shit on all the time, Brian. All the time, these poor guys.
And then Wu-Tang Clan could be the head of the island. It'd be awesome.
All right, we're going to rank this movie, right? Because I really want to get the rankings.
Yeah, we're a little bit short on time. We have Sun in the backstage, so let's give our rankings.
Sun's here. Oh, yeah.
Ralph, you're going to rank first because I got to know.
What do you mean rank? You mean
1
rate?
out of 5. Give it a rank. Rate it. I'm sorry, rate it.
I'm going first. I'm going to give it. I'm out of 5, right? We're doing
out of 5.
Out of 5, sir.
I'm giving it a solid.
You should be keeping track of all our rankings.
I should.
I forgot what I rated. Sorry, go ahead.
Voodoo Me gives it a solid 3. I'm going to say 3 out of 5. That's my final answer. I grade it on a curve because there is some.
You have to.
Yeah. You have to. I couldn't do it with Creepshow. Creepshow was god awful.
I can't remember what I gave.
Creepshow was god awful.
4. I gave at least 4.
Movie I could do it on curve. Guys, please stop arguing.
Chat, what did you guys? I'd love to know what chat thinks too. So chat, throw up your ratings as well on a 1 to 5.
Yes, everybody who's on chat, please give us. Chuck gives it a 4. Wow.
So 11 to 13-year-old me, totally a 5, right? Yeah. But now rewatching it, film person that I am, I'm giving it a 3, and it's like more 2 3/4 of a star.
It's a 2 that you give a 3 because of the
because it's a classic, right?
Yeah.
Joe?
Me?
Yeah.
I thought I was going last. Okay. No, I'll go. What did I give Creepshow? 4?
You give it like a 5 out of 5.
I gave it a 4. I am surprised how much I did not, and this is the first time I probably watched it in about 4 or 5 years. I thought I would have gave it a higher rating. I'd probably say a 3 as well. I mean, if you're grading on a curve, I'd probably go maybe 3.5. The special effects some of those special effects were really bad. Not the model stuff, but just the scanning the city and the some of the stuff they did just doesn't. It's obviously doesn't hold up.
It's hard.
Stupid Jim Cameron.
Yeah,
he's no James Cameron.
I love the models as well.
Jim Cameron, that hack.
He's no James Cameron.
I'll go 3.5. I'm going to give it.
Spit it out. It took you 10 minutes to give us a rating.
I'm torn because like I said, I agree with Brian. 11-year-old me gives it a 5.
Totally.
35-year-old me right now gives it a
21-year-old you gives it a
21-year-old. Yeah. But yeah, I say 3.5.
Marilyn, how about you?
Taking into consideration, like the time period that it was and all that kind of stuff. I would give it a solid 3. Maybe even just a little bit more than that.
Wow, that's higher than I thought you were going to give it. Marilyn, take a look at this though, and this might change your mind to go up a bit.
Yeah.
Does that add to your rating at all?
You know what's funny though? It's like because it's like when he had the T-shirt on, it's like, oh wow, it's like he really must have worked out to really get in shape for this role and stuff like that. But once he took the shirt off, it's like, yeah, okay, actually he's not that in shape.
He was
no 30-year-old Joe.
We didn't touch at all the fact that Isaac Hayes was the Duke.
I know. We ran out of time. That's part 2 of the next.
Part 2.
Is that how forgettable his performance was? Is that how forgettable his performance was?
Yeah, it really wasn't. Yeah,
he did have that weird little eye twitch, which I feel like I have now.
He made
eye patch off, but
he made that up.
They never explained that either, Marilyn.
It looked like he made it up.
I want to know why he had that eye twitch.
Now he had no dialogue.
Yeah, I need to do something.
He did have the best outfit, I think.
It was awesome.
I did like that outfit.
I think that's where Michael Jackson got his autograph.
We should wear that to a dinner, Ralph.
What's that?
We should do that for the next dinner. Where?
Yes.
What?
Oh,
good call.
I'm gonna give it a solid 2 plus an eye patch.
Okay.
2 plus an eye patch is a good rating.
Yeah, thanks, Robert.
Nice.
Chris,
I'll give it a 3.5. I think it's like the highest rating out of all of us. I gave like my thesis already. I agree with Marilyn. Like I wish they would explain more about Snake's backstory. Because he's such a fascinating character. It seemed like a little bit of plot hole, but I mean, this is still it's a fun movie. And I love Kurt Russell. I'm a little bit biased. So.
I think had we had a little bit more backstory on Kurt Russell's or on Snake, I should say, that I think the ending would have. I think the ending would have meant had a little bit more impact because I kind of like the fact that it's like he asked the president a question and he didn't get the response that he was hoping for, so he kind of gave them the wrong tape.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know what he was an anti-hero about. Like that was hard to kind of.
Right. Exactly. My point. Exactly.
Yeah, you don't know what.
See, that's why Kurt Russell, Big Trouble in Little China, much more lovable.
Yes.
You might have to do that for a movie night, Joe.
I
Please do
love Big Trouble in Little China.
Let's think on that. We might be doing that one coming up.
Well, we're gonna have to pick the next movie based on someone who was in this movie because apparently that's the trend.
It's like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
I know.
Kurt Russell.
Which, if that's the case, Kurt, excuse me, I'm trying to think. The first movie, Creepshow, would have been First Degree with Kevin Bacon because of what's his name, who did the dance. His first movie ever.
Ed Harris. Yes.
Ed Harris. Ed Harris and him worked together in Apollo 13.
Correct.
So you'd have to figure out, well, Kevin Bacon, who does he?
Well,
Attach
our
it to
next
here.
movie we are going to announce in a minute, but let's bring on Sun first.
Yeah.
Bring her in.
Sun!
Yay.
Someone's like, I want to sit this one out. I have no interest in talking
Your
about
rating
this.
on the movie.
I thought you were having her in a slave corner. Keep drawing. Keep drawing.
Yes.
Son, if you're not drawing, we're not
I'm not wrong.
He does.
She's not wrong. Hey, settle down.
Blink your eyes twice if you need help.
That's clearly not a blink. Welcome, Son.
Son,
How are
welcome
you?
back. Did you watch Escape from New York? And what you think of it?
I watched it for the first time ever last night.
Wow.
Like ever. Did you too? No, not Brian. No, okay. I was like,
I'm just glad that you got to see it.
yeah, I know. And actually, I had finished the artwork way before I saw it. So all I had was like concept art. Yeah,
way before. I didn't finish it 5 minutes ago.
Totally.
Not at all.
We just printed these out like 2 seconds ago.
Totally.
What's your rating? What's your thoughts?
Well, I want to say, I actually really enjoyed it. I used to be more critical of movies now, but I don't know, I just take it as a grain of salt, and it's just supposed to be entertaining, right? And just when it was filmed and everything too. So yeah,
So
I give it a 4. And you know what? 3 out of those.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Four dance. Do we have effects?
If you say 3 of those stars are because of the tattoo, I'm signing off.
No. So 3 of those would have to go to the Duke's bitchin' Cadillac. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so creative and amazing. And then 1 point to the snake tattoo. So yeah.
I knew she was going to bring up the tattoo. I knew it.
Yeah. I had to. It's so badly done.
Yes.
Can we do this movie next?
It's growing on me.
Back.
back.
Go.
So cool.
Can we Grandpa Joe?
Don't ask me. This is off the round. I haven't seen Mars Attacks in a long time. So
That's such a
I
good movie.
love Mars
Well,
Attacks.
Mars Attacks. What year was that made?
93. something.
It does fall within the parameters.
I wish like
What's our parameters? We have parameters?
We have very loose parameters.
Yeah, I didn't.
80s or 90s, and it's sci-fi or horror.
96. Mars Attacks. 96.
You actually have a system. Okay.
We have a
all right.
system.
Ralph, please add it. Add it to the list.
That's a possibility.
Son, do the cover first, and then we'll decide.
All right. Wait, real quick. We got to.
Yeah.
It's like that's definitely a Snoop Dogg car, you know?
I just thought that.
I love the score that was
All
like
right,
attached to it.
show
too.
Oh my god, that was my favorite track. There was the synthesized cowbell that was playing the entire time.
More cowbell.
So good, it slapped.
I was dancing.
Imagine showing up to someone's wedding in that car. That'd be hilarious.
Oh God, we got to do it. Joe, when this quarantine ends, we got to do the Duke suits and then go to New York with our.
And you know, all of us go to Comic-Cons. How does nobody bring that? Make that car to bring to a Comic-Con.
Let's coordinate this for the next.
Seriously,
right. San Diego 2021/or 22.
Yeah.
Give a call to Kurt Russell, hold him down, put on a bad tattoo.
That's actually an even better idea.
Well,
now,
Kurt Russell is playing Santa now. It's like, you know, the Netflix movie.
The Christmas Chronicles.
Yes,
coming out. I'm excited.
Yes, that's so awesome.
Santa with an eye patch.
Santa doesn't have a snake.
Call me Saint Nick.
Call me Saint Nick. All right. This cover was accidentally released early, so some of you might have seen it.
What?
I didn't.
I didn't see it.
I think there was a mix.
Ralph, you want me to show it? All right, I'll show it.
I have it.
It's okay.
Are you ready? So this is Sun's beautiful homage cover being revealed right now.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Snake.
Where's the
tattoo?
not where the
The Z-rated
That's
rendition.
not where the tattoo was.
If you watch
You
the
can tell I
movie,
hadn't seen the movie.
That is not where the
I wouldn't have
tattoo
put
was.
the Statue of Liberty in there
That's awesome.
It's so good.
That's amazing.
because
That
it
is
doesn't
amazing.
show up, right? The head doesn't show up.
What?
It does.
No, it does. The Statue of Liberty?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can see it really.
She's not broken like
Yeah.
that, but
It's still
Yeah, but
intact.
you took that from one of the movie posters, right?
The movie.
Yeah.
The original movie.
We're gonna see a separate head.
Yeah, no, the Statue of Liberty is good in the movie.
Yeah.
But
Why are y'all worried about the Statue of Liberty head? The tattoo is not in the right place.
Right.
Okay.
We're
There
pissed off
needs to
about
be a
that.
happy trail tattoo.
It's
That's okay.
true.
J.J. Abrams took care of it. Cloverfield.
We could
Yeah.
still do a tattoo variant. We can still do the tattoo variant.
That must be where he got the
Oh,
idea.
it was exactly that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good connection
He was
there.
upset as a kid. Like, why isn't the Statue of Liberty decapitated? I will make a movie about it. That's what happened.
Oh my gosh,
So-
Brian, you have a nice view. You're behind her.
I know. Oh, here's where the tattoo is. I'm sorry. It's all good.
What are you doing back there?
Bye-bye. It's all good.
What's going on?
Even the Statue of Liberty grieves like, oh, it's good.
Happy, happy.
Okay, so this is now available.
He is definitely someone you don't want to say, I thought you were dead.
Let's please be appropriate. God damn it.
That's fine.
Great cover. Great cover.
Amazing
Awesome.
cover.
Thank you.
Guys, that's available on the web store right now. I think. I hope. Perhaps.
Sure. Yeah, it's past 7 o'clock. It should be on the sale. This is Robin Hood Justice #5 cover F, and then we also have the Z-rated version right here. Again, son, no
What?
tattoo.
Who did that?
No tattoo on the Z-rated version. That bar comes off though. Just FYI, in case you're wondering.
Yo, I got to renegotiate my contract. I got to get me some of these covers, man. I get nothing for this.
You guys should get a free
This
cover.
comedy costs money, son. And I don't mean you, son. I mean, son.
Right.
No, Chris, can we please send them free covers?
No, absolutely not.
Especially the Creep Show one, because I
Yes.
suffered for 2 hours.
Sorry, that's sold out, guys. Can't happen. No, yes, we will definitely send them to you.
Listen.
Son, send me your comp request. You never send me comp requests. I wanted to
Yeah,
send
I'm
you
gonna do that tonight.
Son doesn't have time for comp requests.
I'm
She's
not
drawing.
ignoring you.
Son, what are you doing on the screen?
Right. If you send a comp request, you're not working hard enough. Forget it. No
This
comp
already. This has been 5 minutes without you drawing.
Yes. Bullshit.
So
Krystle
son,
nodded at me. She's like,
so son, you
this guy's a
mentioned
real animal. He's a real piece of work. Listen
It's a
to me.
snake.
Listen to me. I'm a snake.
Chris has a question for Sun.
I do have a question for
Please.
Son. So
Please, Sun.
so you painted this piece long before you watched the movie. Do you have any thoughts or any insight? Like, what was the hardest part of the piece? Was it like the Statue of Liberty, or was this cake? Was this like a really fun piece to do?
It actually was a lot of fun because I wanted to give it like a movie type lighting situation. Like there's always lights coming from like one direction and then the other, versus some of the paintings that I do, like there's only one main source of light. But yeah, I've been kind of experimenting with different light sources, so I had a lot of fun with this one. But okay, so before I saw the movie, I was really worried that the pants were going to be too tight. Like, are they too tight? And then like showed up on the screen, I was like, no, they're not too tight. They're perfect.
But Son, you work for Zenescope.
Right.
Rule number one: the pants are never too tight.
It's true.
Also,
I'm
his
so
pants
grateful.
are still tighter than your pants.
I just
Plus,
couldn't believe that his pants were just this tight.
Plus, I don't believe he
So
had
are
knee
Chris's
pads.
right now.
But I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing that they're knee pads.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they're knee
gotta
pads.
stand up.
Oh, I gotta stand up.
Son, did you see my voodoo doll? Did you say hi to him?
Here's Ralph's voodoo doll.
Did you say hi to him?
Amazing.
You show respect, Joe.
If you want to put a stick up his ass, you just do that.
Oof,
Here.
Oh.
I heard.
Look at Krystle. She's like, what is happening?
Listen, we needed a voodoo doll.
Krystle,
Yeah,
here's a good question. Krystle, would you cosplay that version of Snake Plissken?
Hell yeah!
Perfect.
I would move
Yes.
the tattoo.
You should do the tattoo.
I would have to do the tattoo.
Literally, like 2/3 of getting ready is you getting that tattoo put on.
Yes.
Yeah, the tattoo's wrong. But that's because, okay, there's like one, there's this one movie poster that I think they made.
Son, you don't have to defend it. I agree with it. Looks awesome. I'm busting chops.
We would have made you take the tattoo off if you put it on. Don't worry.
No, but I do demand that Krystle puts on the tattoo.
Yes.
I think it'd be fair if Krystle wears a tattoo next time. She's like, I'm not gonna do it. She's like,
Are you writing this? Are you writing this down up there?
Krystle,
Somebody's gonna have a tattoo next time we do this.
Joe will have a tattoo.
Somebody's gonna have it because we're gonna keep adding. We wanted a voodoo doll. I had to make it.
Now
we're gonna have
You
a
can
tattoo.
do that with the comps.
So, are you ready
The voodoo doll?
Yeah.
No.
One would like her comp.
You want it? What are you gonna do with it?
Okay. What?
I don't know. I don't.
So-
That's. Ralph, she wants your voodoo doll. That might. You see what
Hey,
it says?
he looks good. Who wouldn't want that?
Serious canker stores you can give him if you want.
What?
Deeply Lonely Life. He already has that.
Who made this doll? How long did you spend on this doll?
It was a lot of work to make this
Okay,
doll. Let me tell you. I have a little bit of your hair here. I won't say where I got the hair from. There's a little hair.
The tax write-off. It's a corporate expense.
Now it's going to Sun.
Was he
Sun will control your
manscaping the
fate.
Snake Plissken snake in his body?
Yeah, where's my snake? That would be impressive.
We'll put that
Guys,
on next
this
time.
is evolving quickly. Chris, get a hold of this guy.
Okay. Son, this is such an amazing piece. And again, the regular version, the Z-rated version. One more thing, you can also subscribe to our showcase subscription program. So you can get a showcase version of this. Showcases, if you're not familiar, they are special books printed on this much thicker cardstock. Ooh, sorry. So it's a wonderful piece. These automatically grade much higher for CGC. So if you're a collector, these are always guaranteed like at least like a 9.6, 9.7. And you also it also comes with a really cool mini art print of the 250 version. So, Sun, again, amazing work. I've been hyping up this cover to every single fan who was asking about it. So, congratulations. Thank you so much. So
Thanks
good.
so much.
Thank you, Son. Are you ready to announce next month's?
Is this definitely the movie we're doing next month? Oh, we already have the thing.
We have it.
I might be out. I might be out of this movie. I might be out next month.
With us unless he gets the
Excuse
snake. You said you're not coming the next month. Next movie.
Oh, okay, right.
You said you're busy.
Oh, okay. I never said that, but I guess I am. I guess I shouldn't have brought that voodoo doll out.
Are you guys ready for the reveal?
Mars Attacks.
Drum roll.
I'm going to give you a hint because actually we're going to do it the first time ever. We're doing a sneak peek of Sun's layouts for the cover.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? You guys will know what the movie is as soon as you see the layout. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
I guess you figured it out.
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward, no, it's not Edward Scissorhands. It's the pornographic version of the movie. Edward Penis. I'm just kidding. It's not that. It's Edward Scissorhands. It is Edward Scissorhands.
We know that you star in that one, Ralph.
Oh, how dare you, Son.
By the way, Danny Elfman crushes that soundtrack. I actually own the soundtrack. That's how good that soundtrack is.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands.
I'm excited because I do think that movie's going to hold up.
Oh yeah.
It
Well,
does.
duh.
I watch that just for fun sometimes.
Good taste.
It's a good Christmas movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but it'll be fun. We picked one of those three layouts. You'll see which one next month, if you're lucky.
And do we have a confirmed date for the next movie night?
It's going to be December. I know that much. December 18th.
Awesome. So that's exactly 1 week after our holiday virtual con.
Yeah, December 18th. Hopefully, we'll have everybody, whoever wants to come back. If you're available, that would be great.
It is 2 days before my birthday.
Whoa!
We can celebrate Brian's birthday.
Yeah.
Brian, you should get a tattoo for your birthday. Just saying, you might want to think.
Yeah.
Do you have any tattoos?
No, I am a clean slate, as they say in the industry, and I've done numerous tattoo conventions.
Yeah.
And I've had everybody and their grandmother go, "I'll totally do your tattoo for free. I'll totally." And I'm like, "Yo, I want to get my first in prison." All right.
I think that's about the quality we get in that snake tattoo. We will be. I guess we're saying goodbye to everybody.
Yeah. So I want to thank all of our special guests. So Krystle, everyone can follow Krystle. Ooh, wait, we have a comment.
We have the same birthday.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Christopher Hooper, Brian.
Very cool.
Someone else has the same birthday as me?
Yeah, Christopher Hooper.
Nice.
Christopher Hooper, and we will both be getting matching snake tattoos.
Sweet.
Beautiful. The gift that keeps on giving. So you can find Krystle Starr on Instagram and Twitch, Krystle Starr X. You can find her on Krystle Starr on Facebook. Krystle, is there anything that you want to plug right now?
Not really. We're just building Baby Yoda on Twitch all week. So.
Baby Yoda.
Wow. Oh, Legos. Great.
Child.
Very cool.
And I did get Jason his set. I need to send it out like now. But
Oh, nice.
I did wind up getting him the Lego set.
Nice.
Thank you, Brian. So Brian, you can find him at Brian COH Holleran on Twitter, Instagram.
Look at that! It's much more.
Just make his screen big.
Oh yeah, just make your screen big.
I could do that. Wait, hold on. I think I'm figuring this out.
There you go.
Oh, you had it.
Chris, please. Chris.
Yeah, I got it. There it is.
Yay!
Hey. Awesome. Yeah, so Brian podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and
Tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern.
All right.
Ooh.
6 p.m. West Coast. The new episode of the O'Halloran starts, and that will be my guest is famous East Coast DJ Rob Akampora. So come on, it's going to be like an hour and a half. We're going to have a band and everything. It's going to be cool.
Oh,
Tell him I said hello.
I
That's
will,
awesome.
Marilyn.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Check out Brian's. Ooh, Chris.
Why is it doing this?
Stop touching it.
Oh, it's hitting. Oh, okay. Got it. Sorry. Okay. Sun, thank you so much for all the work that you do. You can follow her at Sun Khamunaki on Instagram and Twitch, or Sun Khamunaki on Facebook. Sun, you are awesome. Do you have anything?
Say hi to the cat.
Back to work.
He
Kitty.
hates me. I don't wake him up.
Kitty.
And Marilyn. Where's Marilyn's info?
There you go. You can follow Marilyn Ghigliotti on her Facebook page. It's Marilyn Ghigliotti. Marilyn, do you have any projects you want to plug?
I don't have anything going on right now.
Nothing wrong with that. You're welcome.
Got excitement.
And your job is to go
Thanks for
find the
depressing me.
backstory on
I'm just
Snake
kidding.
Plissken. Go find out why Snake is Snake.
Marilyn's getting a sneak tattoo.
It's like, well, what you can do is look me up on Instagram, Facebook, and it's like I've been doing. I don't know if anybody is doing the reface apps. I'm having a ball with those things.
I love
You are going ape shit on those.
Yeah, your IMDb credits are going through the roof. I did not know she was in Gladiator.
I thought that was Russell Crowe, but it's not.
Now you're gonna have to find footage of Snake Plissken, and there you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what you should be doing. Start thinking your Edward Scissorhands things to do next.
Yes.
All right, think ahead. This eye patch idea just didn't grow on tree. It took a lot of planning.
Mine took 30 seconds.
A lot of thought. Not everybody can create such a good voodoo doll.
That is a gorgeous doll. That's the best looking
Very
doll.
hard. Very hard.
It's very good. So
On that
check
note.
out the return of Voodoo Ralph. Check out all of our special guests next time on December 18th. As a heads up, we're also having our holiday virtual con December 10th and 11th. That's Thursday and Friday. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of special guests there as well. So celebrate the holidays with us. Celebrate Edward Scissorhands with us. And yeah, thank you everyone for showing up, sharing, commenting, hanging out with us. This is a lot of fun, and we're gonna be coming back for round 3 next month.
We'll see you on the 18th.
Thank you.
Awesome. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.